What's up, everybody? Thank you, bro. Testing, testing. All right, we're about to get started here in 4 minutes. I'm already live, but we will officially be starting at the 8:45 mark. Give people a chance to get here on the socials. Everybody who watch, I see people already logging in to watch. We're at Vibe Lounge tonight, 12805 Vibe Lounge, with the live podcast tonight. We're going to be starting in 3 minutes, exactly 3 minutes. We're going to be starting.
All right.
So that'll be 8:45. We'll be officially start. DJ, don't die like that. I can talk over you a little bit. I'm a professional. So yeah, no, we'll be starting at 8:45. We'll be starting here in 2 minutes. We're going to be exactly 120. Oh, yeah, we got 7 people watching. I ain't even talking about that. Hey, Felicia. All right, guys, welcome in. We're gonna get started. All right, welcome everybody to What He Said with Kevin Walker. We got some very interesting topics that we're gonna be discussing on tonight. First, I want to introduce to y'all. Elisa, you got your mic ready? Are you on with your phone? All right. I'm gonna give her a chance to jump in before I introduce somebody to you guys. I should have knew you wasn't on because I ain't had y'all here. All right, so Elisa County gonna be my roving reporter. So I want you to go first for me. Go over here to James Joseph. There's a gentleman over here to my left. They'll be able to see him on your phone. Oh my God. James, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, Dave. How you doing?
Good, good. I wanted James to kind of say really quick before we get started tonight. But they call your ass Jamaica Joe for a reason. I can't see you over there. Hey, look, so that's James Joseph, everybody. If you don't know him, get to know him. He's a hardworking brother that's in the community, that's doing a lot of things in the community. He's a 87 Sterling grad. So I wanted him tonight just to introduce himself to y'all and let you guys know what he's got going on and what he's got coming up that he's going to be running for. He's going to need your support.
Hey, Kevin, thanks for inviting me to your show, man. I sure appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to the owner of the establishment as well for allowing us to space tonight. My name is James Joseph, and I'm an 87 graduate of Ross Charles Freeman High School, and I'm running for Houston City Council at position number 3. The reason why I'm running for Houston City Council position number 3 is for 3 reasons: public safety, economic development, and education. We need to change the way our police officers are treating our citizens in the streets, and we want to also make sure that we are community policing. Economic development. There's no way that we're the 4th largest city in the United States, and people like me and you don't have prime contracts. The city of Houston needs to open up contracts for vendors, small business owners, and entrepreneurs, and women-owned businesses that look like me and you. Last but not least, Kevin, education. We see what happened to HISD.
Yes, sir.
We definitely must have a change in our education system. Most of us come through the HISD system. So we have to have a change in the school system. My name is James Joseph, and I'm running for Houston City Council at large position number 3, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Danny, for being here. Hey, look, we're going to be seeing a lot more of Mr. Joseph on the show. We're going to make sure we get him in and make sure that you support that brother. He is a Sterling High School product. So that alone lets you know he is worthy of the job. All right, so look, let me introduce my topics to everyone, the people that are here in person, and those of you that are watching online. Introduce my topics for this evening. So we're going to go stop sending your representatives. Stop sending your representatives. Topic number 2. Are some of us just meant to be single? Are some of us, meaning you, not me, meant to be single? Our third topic we're going to discuss this evening is the language barrier. Because clearly between man to woman or woman to man, somewhere there's a language barrier. Somebody's not speaking English in the relationship.
The man.
Number 4, Stop telling my business. I think that one's gonna be fun. And last but not least, is your ignorance related to your upbringing? Is your ignorance related to your upbringing? That was gonna be fun, but here's where we're gonna start tonight. Since I got so many women in the building, here's where we're gonna start tonight. So ladies, if you're not married, I'm sure at some point you want to be married or wanted to be married, and for whatever reason you just didn't get to that point. If you're still young enough to be married, you're going to have to stand before the altar with your pastor or with a pastor and hear these three glorious words. Are you willing to love every woman in here willing to love their man? Is that a yes, no, hell no? Is every woman in here willing to love their man? All right. So is every woman in here also willing to honor their man and be honored? Yeah, everybody say yeah, all right. That's what I'm talking about. You're unanimous. Is every woman in here, hear me, the one willing to obey your man? It says love, honor, and obey. Are you willing? The same way you say you will love me, you willing to obey him?
To a certain extent.
She said to a certain extent. So Elisa, do this for me real quick. Do this for me real quick, Elisa. Give me the definition. We're gonna go through this real simplistically. Give me the definition of the word love. What does love mean?
Love, the deep feeling of affection towards another.
The deep feeling of affection towards another. That's what, so you are saying that you are willing to have a deep affection towards another person.
Yes.
So you're willing to do that, right? Oh my God. Hey, this is wrong food's night. So Nene say she willing to obey in the bedroom. I'm gonna come back to that. So let's go honor. What does the word honor mean?
Honor, to respect or hold in high esteem.
To respect or hold in high esteem. To respect or hold in high esteem. So you're willing to honor him and be honored at the same time, correct? Everybody willing to do that, right? I got a hole in my middle. Okay, here's the good one right here. Here's the good one. Elisa, give me that obey.
I couldn't find a definition for obey. Okay. Obey. Ladies, y'all gonna hate this. Comply with the command, direction, or request of another. But in parentheses, they had someone who's like in law enforcement. That's what they had. In authority, but they said law enforcement.
So hold on. I got you, James. James said authority. So if I'm the man of my house, am I not the authority figure in my home? Am I not the one that set the order? Do I not set the temperature? Because we talked about that last month at the last line, that the man sets the temperature for the household. We talked about that.
You're not command.
Me setting the temperature is not a command. I'm not commanding nothing, but it is my responsibility as a man to set the temperature for my household. Because what we don't want is what we getting way too many of. We got our sons watching our moms. That's what we getting too much of. What needs to happen when I come home from a hard day's work, I need to see my son sticking his feet in my shoes, trying to mimic my behavior. I don't need him walking around the house and give mama red bottoms. Talk about, look at me, girl. Yes, girl. Somebody keeps calling? So I believe as a man, we should all be setting the temperature in our home. And I think we agree on that. So when we originally started off, we talked about being married, we're talking about loving your mate, we talked about honoring your mate, and they honestly, they took the obey part out. But I believe obey should be, okay, now everybody who knows or that's been around, understand and know that Kim probably got the farthest in the mouth in the house. Everybody will agree with that, right? If you know it, you gotta say yes. If you say no, you just kiss an ass under the ass. But everybody knows Kim got the farthest in the mouth. So I asked Kim before I'm like, Kim, you want to be married? She's like, you know, I did it. I was like, so you gonna obey? Yes. You didn't say yes, so you could have lied in front of the people.
No, I didn't say it like you said. I just said yes. I didn't know I did. I did not say that.
Speak into the mic so I can hear you. Big ass phone. So let's move on to our first topic of the evening. That was just a talking point, something to have fun with. So where are we gonna start? Let's start with, is your ignorance related to your upbringing? And where we're kind of gonna venture with this is, sometimes we have tendencies to do things and say things based on our lives experiences. Now, as we've matured, become parents ourselves, and we're responsible for the raising and upbringing of the next generation, people are raising their kids the same way that our parents raised us. Turn the, Alicia, you turn your volume down. I know for my parents and my house, we got our ass whooped. Now, when I became a daddy, the rules kind of changed even for me, I'll be honest. But I will say that I didn't have boys that I had to discipline in that manner. I had good kids. They didn't get in any trouble. I'll be honest about that. But sometimes we do things that are very, very ignorant in nature. It is our ignorance sometimes related to our upbringing. I would say no, because as grown-ass people, grown-ass individuals, we can't still be holding our parents accountable for our inability to achieve and receive knowledge.
Yeah.
My mama is not responsible for the fact that I won't pick up the medical guide that comes in the mail from AT&T that explains all the benefits, stuff that I didn't know I had until somebody else told me, you know, we went and said, and I had no, that's me being ignorant. So you can't blame the simple things in life on your parents, the fact that you won't pick up something to indulge yourself by reading, by making yourself more knowledgeable about it. So I would venture to say that our ignorance is definitely not directly related to our parents. What I will say is that some trends we never learned better than. So if you were raised in a Baptist household, I guarantee you 90% of us still follow the Baptist religion. If you were raised in a Catholic household, 90%, so don't say, well, he said all. No, I said 90% still follow the Catholic religion. So we can't blame our parents for even our religious beliefs, because now, as consenting adults, we have the right to choose for ourselves. Now I'm gonna step on some toes. When I listen to psychologists and I hear psychiatry being mentioned, and you see molestation in families. Robert molests his kids or his nieces and nephews because his uncles molested him. I ain't saying that ain't possible. I'm just saying, damn, how is that true? Because when you know better, you're supposed to do better. So you're telling me that I'm so emotionally scarred at 8, 9, 10 years old, and I'm not saying it ain't possible, please believe that I'm carrying this emotion into my 40s and 50s to where now it's making me act out. If I rode with my dad and watched out the back window as he went in as a serial killer and murdered a whole house of people, if I rode with my dad and he went round the corner up MLK, over the Reed Road, down Cullen, and back up in the neighborhood to go see his side piece, am I gonna have a side piece too? So they say, more than likely. Well, I didn't ride with my dad and I still had one. Exactly. So again, I would venture to say the ignorance of our past or of our upbringing is nowhere near being directly related to who we are right now. I think we use it as an excuse more than anything else. We use it as an excuse sometimes when people are sitting in court to try and get out of trouble. So let's move on to topic number 2.
Quentin has a comment.
Because I can't see you, gotta come in. Go ahead.
Quentin says we all have different upbringings that have affected us, and the past and current relationships could either make us or break us.
Did you read that, or he told you that?
I read it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, that was Doris.
That was Doris. Yeah, I'm gonna say, what? Does somebody else here have something to say?
Yep.
Come over here to Jane. Wait, Lisa. No, I can't see with these lights.
Sometimes, and what you say is true for us, and most of us. But sometimes people become complacent in the environment in which they was raised and grew up in. Grandma was on welfare, mama on welfare, grandbaby on welfare. They just become sometimes complacent with the environment. But like you said earlier, though, we all have the ability to rise up. But we do, like I said, once again, we see a lot of times where life becomes complacent, especially amongst us, as a people.
And sometimes if you have a strong parent and you kind of submit to them, sometimes if you have a strong parent and you believe everything they say, you kind of will still go by, you'll be ignorant to something. And you'll keep that ignorance and you'll go along with it and you'll repeat that stuff to people. So sometimes weak people will not grow.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But I had an uncle who told me when I was about, I think I was in ninth grade. My uncle told me, boy, don't never go down there and be licking between no woman legs. Don't never go down there and be licking between. I never forget this because I already wasn't having sex yet. So for him to bring this subject up, I'm like, what the hell was he talking? He say, don't ever go down there no matter what you do.
Save something for when you get married. Now, once you're married and make her your wife, a whole part, you can do whatever you want to it in. You know, I looked at my Uncle Life, James, and I figured he had been wrong about everything else. So I ain't feel like I should be waiting. I'm lying, y'all. I'm lying. I'm lying. So let's move to our next topic. Let's talk about the language barrier in relationships. Because women are from Mars. Remember that book? And men are from Venus. That's so true. That's so true. So I'm gonna give you a brief example of some things that makes this really, really, really a true statement. The language barrier. So when you turn to your mate as a man, when I turn to my mate, the woman I'm dealing with, my wife, however you want to describe her, when you turn to her and ask a question, you best believe you're never gonna get a direct answer of what your question was. And women don't understand that we are the simplest of creatures. Tell me what you want and allow me to execute the plan. Don't execute the plan for me. Because that's where the language barrier comes in, Nene. Baby, can you get the groceries out the car? All right. I'm going to get them. Now, if I don't get up right now to go get the groceries, you're going to see her come in with 2 or 3 things from the car back into the house. I'm like, what you doing? Well, I told you to get them. You act like you didn't want to move. You act like you can't get away from that damn football game. There you go. So once I do move at my pace, because I'm not going to obey, because they just all said they weren't going to obey. Yeah, I'm going to tie it in. So since I'm not going to move at your pace, I'm going to move at my pace, and I get those groceries in the house, now you want to become my supervisor. On what shelf in the refrigerator the water goes on, the milk, the labels got to be turned a certain kind of way. This cabinet is only for dried goods. This area, don't put the bread in the cabinet because we don't know what might get in it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Don't act like you don't know a person or have dated a person or is currently dating a person who does that. Because I'm that guy. I like my water bottles all to the left on the top shelf up top. And I noticed that when people come to visit, they got a badass habit, James, of putting other stuff on the top shelf in my refrigerator.
Somebody follow them rules.
Well, don't put that in my refrigerator. Then you don't even take it out the bag that you got from the place. You put the bag, the to-go container, and everything on the top damn shelf in my refrigerator.
Quick question, is there rules in the refrigerator so that you know not to put the bag?
I give out the damn rules every weekend.
Right, because they don't live there, so they don't know what you're doing there.
But she's showing up every Friday, not going home.
Oh, so you're talking about Kim Sanders.
I'm just saying, I ain't talking about nobody.
There you go.
I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just saying, when you go to other people's house, it's rules to the refrigerator. When you're in Rome, do as the Romans. I don't need your clothes in the corner. Well, I'm finna put them in, now don't put them in the car later, put them in the car now.
You're supposed to make space for your guests, Kevin Walker,
I agree.
and make accommodations.
I gave you half the bed. How much more space you need? They want, they want me to obey, yeah. Yeah, I bet. And stop telling my business. Yeah, that's one of our topics tonight too. Stop, can you trust everybody with everything?
If it's, you're going to obey, you want the woman to obey, that applies to you as well.
I didn't want that in my wedding vows, Nene. I didn't say that.
But if we agree to obey each other
Mm-hmm.
in a certain.
I'm not gonna agree to that, Nene. I'm not obeying nobody.
Okay,
Then don't expect.
so we won't obey.
I'm not gonna obey. I will listen and honor. When I'm hearing you say something to me, give me a chance as your man to process it.
Well, sometimes when you mention the groceries, sometimes we have perishable items and they need to be taken out the car immediately, not 10 minutes later.
The ice cream gonna be.
The ice cream, the
Okay,
items, the.
I agree. If the ice cream is gonna melt, you should have bought that shit in with you.
We made the groceries. We made the.
I'm just saying, if you wanted out the car that fast, you should have brought it in with you.
Well, I call mine when I'm almost in the driveway, so he already standing outside.
Oh, you gotta go, don't lose him. Don't lose him. Cause it's too hot. That nigga love you to be standing outside in this heat. Ooh. It's a man cave in that garage. Is carpet in there?
No.
He's honoring his woman.
That is not honoring your woman by standing in a hot ass garage.
That's why I say I can make him in other ways.
Yeah, let's get back to you saying you can obey in the bedroom. At least take that mic back over there. Put Nene on Front Street. She put herself out there talking about she gonna obey in the bedroom. There you go. Get that mic right there real quick.
Well, I said I can obey him in the bedroom is that when he asks me to do certain things or want me to do certain acts, of course, I'm going to do that for him. I want to satisfy my man. So I'm going to obey to some of those accommodations if it's not out of the realm of me doing. Now, bringing someone else in the bedroom is not in.
Now you finna change the topic for the night, but
But that's what I'm saying. I can obey to an extent in the bedroom because I want to satisfy my man, and that's what I committed to. And that's why I say I can obey in the bedroom. And he's going to do all the commands that I want him to do as well.
you said commands. You said commands.
And you're
You said commands.
with an S.
Oh my God. She said he's gonna obey all my commands as well. Somebody else had the mic, you mean? Oh, what's up, bro? I just asked about you the other night. Didn't I, Kim?
I'm here. So look, I think we all live in a relationship. I think it's like submitting to the relationship. You know what I mean? We should grow if you obey somebody that's in our parents. You know what I mean? So I think we've all lived that obeyship.
Mm-hmm.
Love, honor, and obey. I mean, come on. So it's a lot of vows. Traditionally, it's a lot more vows than that. But we feel that all the time. So.
We got some technical difficulties. Hold on. Say it one more time, Ron. I'm sorry.
So what I was saying is, obey, I think it's been well lived now. That's created like centuries ago. So the whole thing is submitting to the relationship. We can both submit to the relationship, be respectful. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's about it.
No, I think the fun part of it, I was watching a clip, Elisa saw the same clip that I saw, to where the pastor was reading from the script as they do at a wedding. And he said, love, honor, and obey. And she wouldn't say it. He was like, we didn't talk about obey. And did you see it?
She didn't say it either.
Yeah, and she wouldn't say she was gonna obey.
Take that out of the Bible. Took it out.
in the Bible. At all.
Got another comment.
Go ahead.
Me personally, I enjoy not having to tell someone what to do to obey me. I'm in a relationship with a grown-up, and we just request. Can you, will you, do you mind? So there's not a lot of obedience going on because ain't nobody telling nobody what to do. So grown people do what grown people are supposed to do on their own. So I kind of see where you're coming from, Kevin, with the obedience. I tell my kids what to do and they have to obey.
Mr. Walker.
That's all.
Did you hear what I said, Kylie?
Let's be over here.
Yeah, Mr. Walker. I just want to make sure you got it right.
Oh, Kevin, is that not?
Yeah, she called me by my Kevin. I wanted you to call me by my respected
Oh,
Mr. Walker.
I'm sorry, Mr. Walker. Well, I'm Miss Spencer.
You see how she obeyed that? Now see how she obeyed that command for me? That's what you talking about, Nene. How I obeyed
You said
that.
call her Mrs. Spencer.
I heard what she said. I was ignoring her. So stop telling my business. So people, I can't say men fall on one side and women fall on the other side of the ledger because women have an antidote that trick us sometimes as men into discussing things with them that we probably shouldn't even be sharing.
Pillow talk.
Yeah, that's why I can go to sleep soon as I'm done. I ain't. Boy, you can't be asleep that fast. I be ignoring the shit out of the kid. So the telling of the business, and I'm not speaking what goes on in your home, stay in your home, not from that parallel, of course, but what I'm speaking of, the telling of the business, sometimes we can go to a medical perspective. So for me, I don't want my medical situation discussed outside of my immediate window. So if you're in that circle of people who know, because I really don't think people give a damn. I really don't think people truly even care. How many times have you read a post on social media that said, pray for my mama? Yeah. Battle Roswell child. The Bible says if you don't beat them, you don't love them. So I think when it comes to sharing my personal medical experiences, that should be kept inside the home. Everybody feels different about that. Now, when we talk about what goes on at home, stays at home, I remember one time as a little boy getting my ass whooped because I went to my grandparents' house and told my grandparent what my mama said to my dad. And she mentioned it to him. She mentioned it to her. My mama came and picked me up and talked about it. See, I had one of them mamas that every time she said a word, it came with a lick. Why your ass over here discussing? Every word had a blow. That she whooped my ass from Cloverland all the way to MLK and Reed Road. Because what goes on at home, see, some of y'all got that same ass whooping. So you know not to go to grandma discussing the business in the house. See, I didn't know that rule applied to grandma. Because I always heard mama on the phone gossiping to grandma and everybody else. So I figured I was okay to go discuss it. But my mom whooped my ass all the way from Cloverland
You ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, I got something to say on that one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna release out. Mississippi. Now, Facebook and all that. Everybody put, hey, pray for me, pray for my mom and dad, and this happened, that happened, XYZ. But when I was raised on, prayer cures a whole lot of things. It don't matter if prayer coming from Facebook, Instagram, this or that. When you put that on Facebook, half of us got 500 followers. Am I right? Raise your hand if you got at least 300 followers. But if everybody is praying for that particular situation, I don't know what it is, but with prayer, they ain't put your business out in the street. But when I had a situation, I put it on Facebook. And somebody say, pray for my family. Pray for my situation. And this happened, that happened, that happened. Hey, you can take that one or two ways. But when you put it out there, because it's gonna grow, it's gonna multitude, it's gonna multiply. Prayer coming from Africa or Jamaica or whatever. Your business is your business. But sometimes when you put it out there like that, I just had a co-worker just lost his mother just the other day. I said, man, I'm gonna pray for you. She lasted 3 days after that. 3 days after I said, I'm gonna pray for you. That's 3 days that man had with his mother. This just happened this week. So it ain't about putting your business out there. You can put your business out there. But, however, prayer comes from all angles. Now, how many times somebody in here say, pray for my sister, pray for my situation, pray for my finances, pray, I don't mean to preach, but you know what I'm saying?
I personally don't know that I want everybody's prayer anyway. I'm just saying. I'm just saying for me. I mean, we think sometimes we're doing the right thing by saying what sounds good, but we got to be careful with who we allow sometimes to pray for us and who we give our information to and who we share, because people can pray for your downfall just as well as they can for your uprising. You know, God, she's so messy. If you already got her down, it's your opportunity. Just take Shauna on away from here. Get Shauna on out of here. Now if you got her right where you want her, Jesus, just take her right now.
You know what?
Next thing you know, we having a fish dinner for Shauna. We sell a fish dinner because I asked her to go get no license. So, hold on, where is Elisa at? Because I can't see, where is Elisa? Say something. Okay. Elisa sell life insurance. If y'all ain't got no life insurance, here's an agent with go. I just got like 10 packs, and I need you to come explain what some of that shit means. Because I don't have, I got the insurance. I know what all I got. Hey, I got some shit to where if I get cancer, I get paid. If I die, my house paid off. I think I'm gonna take that one off because
No,
if I die,
your house, your mortgage is paid in full.
yeah, but my kids need to find their own shit. Like I had to, I mean, it's mortgage insurance. Yes, it's all kind of stuff that's out there, man, that for years as African Americans, we weren't privy to. Nobody really sat down and gave us the ins and outs on insurance. So we really know when I asked Elisa to stand right here for me, like at the end of the day, we do need to take care of our business a little better, because we just talked earlier about is our ignorance related to our upbringing. Now, here's one thing I can tell you. If we gonna say yes, my grandmothers had insurance. The insurance man used to come by for the insurance payment once a month. So they wasn't selling, first off, they couldn't put nothing on Facebook when somebody died. To try and get no, what's the thing called?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. I'm gonna start just doing me a GoFundMe. Yeah, before I die, so I can make sure my kids got a little extra, so that when Shauna goes, oh, I'm sorry. Shauna cousin, you know? Oh, okay. Kim, I don't know. Okay, Maria. So when Maria goes, no, don't kill Kim just yet. She ain't cooked for Sunday. Get back with her, Lord, by 7:00 tomorrow night. Sunday dinner, be ready to eat. And I ain't even drank nothing. So look, let's go back to where we were real quick about stop telling my business. And are some men just meant to be single? Do you think, James Joseph, you think you were meant to be single, bro?
No.
So you were meant to have a wife or just a woman in your life? Yeah, I'm gonna put him on the spot because he not married.
A companion.
A companion. So you don't want to be married. You don't want a wife.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on. The mic. Hey, that's the ultimate bailout.
Well, yeah.
So I'm serious. So you're saying,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't mind taking it?
I think,
Hold on. Technical difficulty. Hold on. We're gonna let Mr. Joseph speak on this one.
I think every man want to be married and have a companion. You know, and I heard somebody say, no, but no, that's not true. It's just being with the right one. Yeah, because I mean, it's a give and take thing, you know, and some of us just want to take and not give. But when it's a give and take thing, you know, and women as well, I think most of them want a companion as well, whether it be married or whatnot. You know, these days are very different, and you know, so we got to go with that. You know, some people like say Oprah and Stedman, you know, they ain't never been married, but they together. You know, so you know, it depends on the situation. But yeah, me personally, I wouldn't mind being married, like you said. You know, that's Sunday.
I didn't say that. I say like you said. I didn't say that.
Well, Kim spoke for you.
No, she didn't. Oh, Jesus. All right. Or some men, Cedric Jenkins, he ain't gonna answer. He nigga, don't call me.
I'm right here by.
It don't matter. He ain't gonna answer. Pastor DJ. Oh, who over there? I can't see you. Oh, B, what's up, B? My man Brian Richardson in the building. Talk to me, Brian. B, you want to be married, man? The mic broke again. Damn.
At this time of my life, I love being single.
Okay. You love being single?
I love being single. I love being single at this time of my life.
So B, let me just ask you, now seriously, let's have a conversation. So why is it that right now for you, how old are you, B, 54, 55?
55.
55 years old. Why is it right now at 55 you love? What is it that you love so much about being single?
Being responsible just for me. When you engage to take that person into your life, you're accountable for two persons. So right now, I love being responsible for me.
So keep that mic, B. Keep that mic. Don't get that mic away. So I think about this. So with me, I work 7 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. I'm off on the weekends. So we just so happen to some way having a sort of equivalent schedule. Here's what I've noticed. Because I'm the type of man, if we're gonna go eat, I got you, I'll pay for it. Now, I will say this, taking Kim on a date, she will pay. Sometime. She'll pay about once a month, maybe. About one, maybe twice a month. I know that she's selective with her ass just worked, B. 6 days, she had a check for 6 days. James, she ain't paid that one time last weekend. She worked 6 days last week, got paid that Thursday, and then she came over and I paid all weekend. Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Okay, so we're not in the household together. So she got her house and I got mine, and I am the king of my castle because nobody's there but me.
Don't do that.
So B, let me ask you a question, brother. Since you joined us here this evening, we're not talking to that young lady who keeps bogarting the conversation. So for me, I'm just speaking for me, the one thing that I love more than anything else, and Kim will tell you, I do try to tell her this all the time. Sometimes for me, it's just about my peace in the moment. So it's not that I'm upset with her, I don't want to talk to her, but emotionally, sometimes as a man, it happens to us just like it happens to y'all. We get drained. And the only way for us to recharge our batteries is through iron, and iron sharpens iron. Sometimes I just need a conversation with my brothers in peace.
Yeah.
And not to say that you're going to disturb my peace, but let me come home, get butt naked, go sit in my spot on the couch. So if you come to my house, don't smell the seat because you don't know if that's the one I sit in. Yeah, Laura, you always sit in my damn seat. So no, seriously. So when I get that spot and kick my feet up in my spot, I have a time to reflect on losing my daughter in 2018. That never goes away. That pain never subsides. I have a chance to think about losing my nephew in these same streets in November of 2021. Less than 6 months later, March 10th at 9:10 a.m. in the morning, I get a phone call. Is this Kevin? Yeah. Yeah, this is Dr. Such and such. Rodney has passed away. So I lose my brother. I lose my daughter. I lose my nephew. Less than 6 months later, March 10th, 9 a.m. and 9:10 a.m. in the morning, I lose my brother. 6 months later, 6 months later, my mama took it home. So now my brother, my daughter gone, my nephew gone, my brother gone, my mom gone. If you don't think that as a man, I need time to recharge just from my week, and not that the work is that tough or the work is that hard. Sometimes I just want to sit and work on me. I want to sit and talk to me. I want to sit and pray for me. I heard what this brother said earlier, and I respect that because that's your way. I personally don't want everybody prayers. I don't want everybody seeing me cry in the shower. Let me heal me. Let me attempt to heal me. I've been good enough for me for 54 years. But I did have my brother in my deepest, darkest, worst moments. I had my brother that would always be brutally fucking honest if you know right there walking. Hey man, what your ass over there doing? I could be in my most hurtful moment. This nigga didn't give a damn. Hey man, you gotta get yourself up. You gotta yada yada. You gotta do this. People who know him know I ain't lying on him. That's who he was all his life. He was gonna protect you, but he also was gonna be the first foot to kick you in the butt to get you up and going. He was the male version of our mother. She was the exact same way. My mama would give you her last. So this true story. So right now we've been having trouble with the stove at home. I think the igniter is going out. So Kim smart ass go buy some cold rice and say, I'm just gonna put it. Now she know this damn thing ain't worked right in a month. I don't cook, so I don't need the stove to work. The only time it get used is when she come over there anyway. So she said, oh, she sent me a picture today while I was at work. Yeah, she didn't go to work today. Mark that down too. She said, shut up. She said,
I'm one of the problems I tell him I did.
or yesterday. So she sent me or yesterday, exactly, Mike. And I gotta tell y'all why she didn't go to work too. I gotta
Tell him my business.
So look, now hold on. Look, LaShayla here?
Yes, she is.
Hey girl, hey. So look, seriously, Kim sent me a picture of the oven. It was working. She turned it on and it came on. Right, Kim? Am I lying? Then she said, what if your mama's saying, why in the hell are you in my house cooking in my damn kitchen? I say, you bullshit, but my mama really was. Who is this black ass gal in my kitchen? That was my mama for real. So let's talk about why Kim didn't go to work the last 2 days. No, so let me tell you what she did. I ain't gonna tell you the whole story. I'm gonna tell you half the story. Yeah, but you don't care about your business being out there. You posted on Facebook. Anybody in here friends with a bipolar person on Facebook that'll pray in the morning, send that 7 a.m. prayer and cussing your ass out at noon on the next post? In the name of our Father, Jesus Christ, bless them, God, for the rest of the day. Carry them and keep them and make them understand that you motherfucker. No, you didn't just say, I mean, like, this girl is definitely. Everybody who don't know, that's why the other people laugh because they're like, yeah, that's our pose. That's our pose. Or some men, Mike Yard, do you think you men, brother, to be single?
Our names tonight.
Going to the aisle, right?
Yeah, I just want to know, do you think you're meant to be single?
Not at all.
So you agree that you are not meant to be single as a man?
I agree.
But do you enjoy the life you live right now as a single man?
Most definitely.
That's interesting.
But something's missing.
He said, but something is missing.
Come on, brother.
What's missing, man?
I guess just that special companion.
You get
Hold on.
This man's words.
Yeah. And I know Shana not trying to tell nigga about
It's getting messy in here. It's getting messy in here. Sandra say that wasn't her. Okay, we gonna let you make it then, son. Since she say that wasn't her. Lord, I wish that was you so bad. You're like, get him, Mike, get him. Yeah, I got a friend, I got somebody. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Well, that's what was said the other day on the phone. I'm just repeating what they had told me, right, Mike? Who's that? Remember somebody said, I got a boyfriend, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, she bust off the phone.
Oh, yeah, okay.
2 days later, what happened?
Or some men meant to be single. Or some men meant to be single. Now, again, here's my stance. I enjoy my peace. But I ain't gonna lie. Me and Kim made a pact with each other about coming over and spending time on the weekend because we both, be tied up with work and all of that. And I ain't gonna lie. During the week, I be missing her black ass. I do know, I'm being totally honest. I be missing her. Then Friday come and I remember why I made that pact. Because she ain't got to be there alone. So it's like, oh. But she there when they come to rubbing it. Let me tell you something.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell some business now. So do y'all remember it was a Facebook, TikTok thing that was rotating through Facebook that said, it was a lady speaking. And she said, yeah, I love to cook for my man. I love to cook for him and watch him eat and watch how he chew the food and watch how it nourishes his body. And some women will think I'm crazy for this. Then I love when my man is laying in a bed and I'm rubbing his back and I rub his back until he's asleep. And once he's asleep, I can tell because his breathing changes. And oh my God, that excites me. Do y'all know I'm serious? Have y'all seen that? A lot of people are saying they have seen it. So I sent it to Kim.
Yeah.
I sent it to Kim. I was like, is this your sister? And she was like, what you mean? I was like, shit, cause she you, cause I ain't gonna lie. On them weekends, nigga, if my back ain't hurting, I'll be like, come up a little bit. Y'all know y'all be giving directions when you get them massage. Move towards the middle a little bit.
Right there.
Right there. She'll rub me to sleep too. So this heat, man, look, if you're working outside the heat, in all seriousness, be careful. This heat is the real deal. I refereed some games this past weekend. I barely made it home. And sitting in the car. See, all this stuff is coming to me now. I was saying I ain't want to be in no relationship. I might be changing my status on Facebook and telling Kim is my girl. She'll fuck y'all. Yeah.
I think you should propose.
I think you need to get that damn microwave.
Propose. So long time ago. You're trying to something to say.
So
Right here tonight.
girl, can you let me talk?
Yes, I do agree. I think you should propose to Kim. That a long time ago. Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Who I want to see Kevin put a ring on it? Raise their hand. You want to see Kevin put a ring on it?
Hey, you know what? You know what? No, I'm serious. If y'all want to see that, you can donate to my GoFundMe. No, I'm gonna give y'all my GoFundMe. Y'all want that? So y'all don't want to help pay for the ring. Y'all just want.
Yeah, that's on you.
No. We gonna be in this mess. We gonna be in this one because I'm gonna report to y'all ass every Wednesday via this podcast. No, so man, like seriously, this heat, like I was in the driveway struggling. I took off damn near all my clothes in the car because I really needed my body to breathe. I wasn't totally nude, but I had my socks and everything on. And I had talked to Kim on the way home. Again, this is a true story. Maybe I'm telling y'all too damn much tonight. Kim came out the house with a bottle of water. Cause, girl, would you be quiet? Quit all that chili. So I was in the driveway and she knocked on the window. I let the window down. She had a, what's that called? Liquid IV. She had a shake. They say you're supposed to shake it. So she's shaking a damn liquid IV. Have y'all ever taken a liquid IV? If you want diarrhea, take a liquid IV. I took that liquid IV. That's how I know Kim, you know what, that James, bro, that's how I know Kim really loves me. She said she came in the room and she was like, look, that this nigga shit in the bed. She was like, oh my goodness. Oh my God, yeah, that liquid IV, no, it's good. It revitalized me. I was good the next morning, I promise, but man, liquid IV, it gets all the toxins. We gonna clean it up and say, it gets the toxins out your system. Brother Love, how long you been married, my brother?
30 years, bro.
30 years, that's a blessing, that's a blessing.
34 years. Right?
You said 34?
30 whole years.
Whole years, okay. Whole, I know, I heard the whole, I ain't say whole.
Wife became on 89, Sterling Raider.
So, what's the beauty and the pleasure, if you don't mind sharing with us, Ron, what's the beauty and the pleasure of having that woman for 30 years, brother, if you don't mind sharing?
I'm gonna have time, but so we got married. We were both young, of course, but we grew together over those years. So it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication, commitment, you know. And she forgave me for all my fuck ups that I've done over the years too. But you got to forgive each other. You know, go the distance. And then we have the same friends, so our marriage is like an institution. So if we get divorced, man, it's gonna be a big problem in the neighborhood. So, you know, that's about it.
So I know women talk about it and say that there are keys. What would you say more than anything else, if you had to put your finger on one thing, what's the one thing you would say that strengthened you guys' marriage, that you guys have been blessed to see 30 years together? Because let's not get it twisted. 30 years is a blessing. 30 years, hey, I believe 30 years of marriage is almost like a dinosaur. Like you almost ain't 30 minutes. Who said that? That's my best friend. So if you had to put your finger on one thing, Ron, what would you put your finger on, brother, to say this has really powered our institution?
Our faith in God. That's it. So I'm pretty much like a religious scholar, self-appointed scholar, and we know the rules and the do's and don'ts and rights and mayhaps. And so we talk all the time. We're best friends. So we're not best. Okay, let's go back. She was my best friend before we got married.
Okay.
We didn't date in high school, none of that. We got together in college way later. All right. So we were friends. If you're not friends with your mate, how are you gonna make it work? So we watch TV together, we go places together, we do all the things together. Then we start having kids. We have kids at 5 years into the marriage. Now all the kids are grown now, but so you have to have faith in Christ, faith in God, be friends, and be intimate friends. That's the thing. It's the difference.
Sure.
She support me in what I do. I support her in what she does. We both work for the government, so we have a lot of things to talk about. My mother lives with us, and everybody is one big happy family.
That's good stuff, though.
Thank you.
So you mentioned working for the government. Is this a UFO thing or a real thing? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I ain't gonna go there with you. Are some men just meant to be single? Elisa,
Yeah,
take that mic to point big ass over there.
I was already here.
Yeah. PQ. That was my boy PQ right there. Yeah. We grew up together. PQ.
What's up, Kevin?
So you recently, over the past couple of years, you and Miss Doris got married. What has Miss Doris brought to your world? Or what did Miss Doris bring to your world that made you want to make her Miss Winfrey? Because a man ain't gonna disturb his peace to bring somebody else in his world if it ain't already comfortable.
Good point.
So you allowed Miss Doris to change her last name to Miss Winfrey based on the fact that she did this better than all the other candidates. What was this? If it's that, don't tell us. Anything else you can share it with us. We don't want to get to know her like that. What did Doris do better than everybody else, PQ? Because I know you a hell of a cook. I know you can cook. So it wasn't her meals.
Doris, she has some qualities that I can definitely say that I appreciate. And she's special in her own way. And that's why I took her hand in marriage. And that's why we just celebrated this past Sunday, 2 years of marriage. 5 years.
Two or five, nigga, make up your mind.
No. We've been together a total of 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Total together.
For the sake of them little 2 years don't mean shit to run love. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's work. It's definitely not easy, and it's a struggle sometimes. But I mean, I'm willing to persevere, and I took a time that we just need to remain prayerful and keep God at the center of our relationship, and we'll make it. We'll definitely make it, because there's spiritual warfare that's going on above us all the time. And I tell her, the devil does not want to see us victorious in this relationship. And we're spiritual people, so that's why I'm speaking from a spiritual standpoint. And I love Doris, and I feel like we may struggle, but in the end, we keep going. But in the Senate, we're going to be victorious. And I have nothing else to say.
This man said there is a spiritual warfare going on. I can't even make a joke of that. So let's go over to one of these single women in here who hate men. Yeah, because we letting the men talk and the men telling their situations and why they not married and why they want to be married and why they. I want to go to one of these women who really hate men, who really don't want to be married, who really don't want to snuggle with you.
They not gonna.
Hey, no, take that to Shauna right quick. Shauna gonna tell the truth.
Why are y'all keep saying Shauna the whole night?
We didn't say your real name.
You have.
No, so Shauna, let me ask you a question. Seriously, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
So, what I've watched in you over the years, we grew up on the same street, just like Quentin, who just talked. Because I was surprised that was Quentin talking. That really was going to be the joke I made, because that brother has matured and grown up a lot, and I'm sure his wife appreciates those words. But what I've admired and what I've seen from you as a female, I've seen you mature. I remember us having a conversation about maybe 1.5 to 2 years ago when you were talking about the promotions at work and how blessed you were in the moment to receive those promotions. And we were all at dinner and you started crying at the table. And I continue to listen, continue to watch, and I saw you within the next 6 to 9 months get a brand new home. On top of that, a really nice vehicle to push around. Because you speed every morning to work on the freeway when you go by me.
Try.
But I said all that to say, God is blessing you with so much stuff and so many things. Maybe you're starting to feel like you don't need a man because God blessing you without having one to obtain and maintain those things. Have you mentally reached that point to where you good by yourself?
No, it's just that I'm not willing to tolerate anything. So I'm not gonna lower my standards just to be with someone. You're gonna have to meet me where I am or take me up higher. So no, it's not that I don't want one. I'm just not gonna take the first thing that's coming my way. Because I feel like we all should have options, right? Okay.
If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. She's not gonna just sell.
Oh, come on, Auntie. Let them know where I get it from.
I was gonna say, come on, Regina. I know who voice that was. Speak on it.
She's gonna have to come correct, and she's not gonna make no list of what she like, because that's gonna give him a script for what he gonna do. So you come the way, bring yourself to her the way you are. Let her decide if that's what she wants. Because see, a lot of women will say, well, I want this in a man, I want that in a man, I want this. Well, you giving him a script to do what you say you want. So you'll never find out who he really is. He's gonna fake that stuff to get you. Come on. So come to her just as you are. Let her decide if that's what she wants in a man. And if that's what she wants, then together y'all work that out. It'll fall into place and do what it's supposed to do.
How about them apples?
And that's why I'm back single again while you're over there trying to make that comment.
I didn't say it, but that was Mike. Oh, no. So what's the lady name that do the comedy skits on, the lady who do the comedy skits on Facebook about going to church? I ain't Pearl. And then, what's her name? Shirley. Hold on. Get the mic back to Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you got. So being the one of the elder statesmen now in the family, what advice would you give these young ladies just in, I'm not going to say the pursuit of a man, but in acquiring or becoming somebody's mate, how to maintain the household? What advice would you give them in that manner?
Well, first thing, I'm no marriage expert. However,
Come on, give it to
I would
us.
say stop selling yourself short. Stop showing your hand before it's time. Stop giving him what he expects from you up front. Make him earn that. Be a woman about yours. And, you know, if you have a job, he needs a job. You know, if you get up every day and go to work and work hard for your money, you should expect him to do the same thing.
What if I'm
You
retired?
know, so what if he work at Walmart? He's still working. He can still contribute. And he's got to be willing to contribute. Don't just assume that
Kim
because
can't go
he
to
makes more
Walmart on a
than
Gucci
you,
salad.
then you don't need to contribute. Stop bragging on Kim. Kim is a good woman.
Oh, Lord.
Kim is a good, hard-working, strong, beautiful young woman. Stop bragging on her.
Yeah,
Appreciate that woman. And
yeah.
let her know that you appreciate it. She's never come out there and give you that light water.
It's so,
She gonna sit them in there and waiting to see if you gonna even make it in.
hey, 'cause that's
In
where,
100-degree heat.
that's where I would have been.
That's right. She didn't have answer phone. That's a good woman.
Oh,
Doing that.
Oh, my
See,
God.
sometimes I'm a serious tip.
Yeah,
Sometimes brothers do that and they think that's funny,
it is.
but it's really not. Sometimes it's hurtful. It's hurtful to a woman and it's embarrassing. Don't put the woman down. Bring the woman up. Because that's what she gonna do for you.
A woman is gonna follow a man's lead. If you put her down, why should she respect you? If you go in public with that woman and you say, hey, this is my wife, this is my queen, she's the queen of my life, and all this stuff, she gonna reciprocate. But if you go out there and you put her down and she can't cook, she don't clean, she this and that and the other, why should she respect you? Why should she give you the same honor and glory? She's not gonna do it. She may start out doing it, but she won't continue. Then you're gonna wonder, well, what happened? She just left me. I don't even know why. Yeah, you know why. You know why. Just go look in that mirror and ask yourself, why did she really leave? And you'll have the answer looking you right in the face. Boom, you said give her the mic.
That's why you talking.
That's why you said give her the mic. You didn't know. Didn't know that was Pandora's box.
Sonny gonna talk about speak, ain't Regina? Yeah, I see it. So this concludes. We just want to do a lot of open mic stuff and give some feedback from people. Thank y'all for coming out again tonight. We got food, so please eat before you go. We really don't want to take nothing with us. Thank you to my man Mike Yard for preparing a lot of the stuff that's over there. Kim and Kim got together to make this happen tonight to have food here, man. I truly appreciate it. I'm sure everybody that's going to eat this evening will appreciate it after they've eaten. Thank everybody that's here, you know, for coming out tonight to take part of this. Man, that's pretty much all we have this evening. Remember my man James Joseph? He's going to be on the ballot. What district again, James?
City Council at Large, position 3.
City Council at Large, position 3. City Council
City.
The whole city.
in that large position. Again, that's James Joseph. My name is Kevin Walker. This is What He Said with Kevin Walker. Thank y'all for joining again tonight. We will see you guys Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, we'll see y'all. Keep us in prayer. Let's pray for each other. Let's uplift one another like Aunt Regina said, and don't be talking no shit about that woman. Come on, DJ. I do not own the right to this music. It's not me.